You were fired because of all the drama that happened, but people need to understand it did happen. You left radio 3 weeks prior to the stories, right?
Yes.
So you left kwa kutaka kwako, si ati walipreempt, waliona shida ndio ile wacha tuondoe Hamo.
No, radio hatuna hiyo time ya kuona shida because I come in at 4:30 and I'm out of there by 10. Hauna time ya kukaa na mtu.
Did you do a DNA test as you requested?
No.
You did not do a DNA test?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Why did you do it? You are not sure these are your children?
No. I think in every relationship, mkijipata kwa ngori kama hizo, it is you are told by psychologists. You have to, hata kama mko mkifikiria kitu kama hiyo, you have to do it.
What's up, everybody? My name is Liliesha and welcome to TUKO Extra. Now today we're chilling with the big boys.
Oh, hallelujah!
You wanna baba? Hey, you wanna chill with the big boys? Professor Hamo is the big boy here. Thank you for inviting us in your space. Hapa hakuna joto. Kuna miti. Na tuko Kitengela tafadhali. You do remember the other shoot I did in Kitengela? The sun was here.
Ili amko mkimuona.
Mtafanya hivi. Mnafanya interview hivi. Sababu
ungefikiria ni powder kumbe ni vumbi. Really? Yes, we are in Kitengela.
Yes. We are at Lakewood Emerald in Kitengela.
Awesome.
This is where we have been invited here. I don't know why Hamo is here. Maybe his children are here. I don't know. Maybe.
I'm an ambassador here.
Oh,
yes. So hapa mimi kazi yangu
ni
kuuza. Kazi ni kuuza sera. We.
Kiale
tafadhali. 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 Go. The only school I have is the school of thought.
That's it.
That's how they get.
Full stop. Acha tu tuanze tukujue tu kidogo. A very nice environment. We knew you from, or rather we've heard you from Nakuru. Yes. Explain hapo tu story ya Nakuru na vile ukajileta hapa Nairobi vile hata ukafika Kitengela kwa joto.
Ati? So tuanzie Nakuru.
Kidogo tu.
Kidogo. Yeah. So I grew up in Nakuru. Yeah, I started there performing in a band.
Oh, okay.
Walevi wakanifanya nikakuwa comedian. Juu walikuwa naongea mbaya, nikaanza hata mimi kuongea mbaya. Kidogo ikakuwa hiyo ndio comedy. And then I found myself in Churchill Show. Yeah.
From Nakuru?
Yes, I came to Churchill Show for auditions. Watu wanajua nikuja hapa like for a whole year.
Nakuru, Nairobi, Nakuru, Nairobi.
And then eventually they gave me an opportunity. 3 minutes. Ilikuwa inaitwa 3 minutes of fame. Chapa hii, make it or break it. And I did it. I think after that show they started giving me attention now. Yeah.
And you became Professor Hamo.
That was 2014. And 2014 from September I kept doing shows, but nobody saw any. Apart from one, which I did in November, I think. Yeah. Kuna moja I talked about Meru guy and pork. Yeah. That is the only one that made me famous. Grew up vizuri. Then in January 2015, I became the professor.
Now, and Churchill Show, not
Churchill Show.
The small one used to be called?
Yes.
The one before Churchill Show, there was another small one.
Churchill
Row.
Yes, I never performed on Row.
You just went straight.
Imagine, God is so good. Hallelujah.
I told you, big boys.
The Lord is good. Like the beauty is, I had performed from 2009 in clubs every day. Yeah.
As an artist or a comedian?
Yes, as an artist in a band.
Allah.
I used to perform in a band.
As the main leader, ama ulikuwa unafanya drum?
Mimi ndo nilikuwa mogoroki wao.
Allah.
Hapo wengine wako drum nini. I trained as a guitarist. I wanted to play guitar. Kids sasa mogoroki nikaona hainiruhusu kukaa mahali pamoja nizunguke hivi. So nikaamua kuwa mogoroki wa mic, duru nini. Yeah, that's how comedy grew from that. So from 2009 by 2014 as I was going for auditions, nilikuwa nimechapa my good share. Yeah, of auditions for myself. Yeah. So ukisikia mtu amepitia Churchill Row, ni juu labda hakupata opportunity kama yangu. Ya ku grind kwanza before you come to.
Okay. Nice. So of course now then we got to know who Hamo is in that space of being in Churchill Show.
Yes.
And then let's just fast forward to COVID came.
Yes.
When COVID came, of course, it had to be stopped because we were not allowed to be together.
Kabisa. Yes.
How was that space for you?
COVID was a blessing in disguise.
Allah.
Because for the first time, siku unajua ubaya ya usanii saa zingine tunajiekeaga ugoroki mingi. You're all over the place for no reason. So COVID made us chill kidogo. Yeah, you had to enjoy your family. You had to enjoy time away from people. You had to sit down with yourself for some time.
For a long time.
Yes. Alafu uzuri, I was still on radio. I was in hot then. So that's when I realized, do I really love radio? Napenda radio hivi. That I can wake up every day for the next 5 years doing the same thing.
In the morning.
That's when I made a decision. You know what? I don't love radio this much. I want to do something else. I want to be free. I want to go out and be in Malindi on Tuesday and come back and do a shoot on Thursday in Nairobi and be in Nakuru on a farm on a Saturday. You know, be in a random church on a Sunday. I love going to random churches. Yeah, I just walk in.
Hallelujah.
Do we hallelujah together? Na wakisema ni ubiri na naubiri. Yeah, niko na verses 3 ambazo nimecram kwa roho. Those ones I just repeat na change the story. I add some oomph and we keep going.
The 3 verses are?
Yes.
Jesus wept.
Yes. Jesus, hiyo ni yako. Yangu. Jesus wept. Sijaichukua hiyo nao hapo.
I have to imagine, but I don't know where it comes from.
How do you need unaitoanisha? How do you preach on Jesus?
You can't.
Yes.
Imeisha.
Imeisha. Yeah.
That is a whole sermon.
Ikianza imeisha.
It's a whole sermon. 3 verses.
Yes. So it's Psalm 70, John 4.
Hamo, this is your own Bible. Ni Bible ile tunasomanga.
Ni ukweli.
Oh, hey. Yeah. Psalm 70, John 4.
Yes. And Matthew 2. The whole verse.
This is on record.
Yeah, it is on record. Mimi nakwambia, if I preach in your church, sadaka zinakuja. Ni kamera gani unataka niongeleze? So that it is personal.
Tupate sadaka.
Ndio hii. Yeah. Unajua COVID ilifanya nikachangamka.
You have to look for other things to do.
Hey.
During COVID.
Mimi hata nilijua kumbe unaona hizi big mortuaries. You know mortuaries, eh?
Yes.
Yeah. Wanafanyaga hivi. If you give them a referral. No, kweli, if you give them a referral, useme ni aje, kuna mazishi pale, mnaweza wapelekea mwili Malaba. They give you some kickback. Did you know that?
Now I know.
I'm telling you, labda unateseka Nairobi. Na pesa iko hapa.
Na watu wanakufa kila siku.
Na pesa iko umashi, pesa yako. Billions of money. Hey. So I did not know until COVID hit. Yeah. I had never known that I could perform to people on Zoom.
Oh,
and be happy. Yeah.
And so you don't have to see them.
Yeah. Na pesa yao ikifika mwisho, nafinya tu mahali network.
Ukisikia umechoka.
Nafinya tu network.
Unaongea hivi wifi.
Natoa wifi. Na tunaenda vizuri. Na they are happy. They know labda ni challenge network.
COVID has a lot.
Yeah, sio hamu. Si pesa yenu imefika. Thank you. I did a good job. Yeah, and I'm still doing it.
But Hamo, did you leave radio solely because you didn't feel like, because of course, okay, not of course, but the story was you were fired because of all the drama that happened. But people need to understand it did happen. You left radio 3 weeks prior to the stories, right?
Yes.
So you left kwa kutaka kwako, si ati walipreempt, waliona shida ndio ile, wacha tuondoe Hamo.
No, radio hatuna hiyo time ya kuona shida. Because I come in at 4:30 and I'm out of there by 10. Hauna time ya kukaa na mtu. Sio, unajua hizi job zingine juu ya mochene, tumeshinda na wewe, tumeenda lunch pamoja ndio utaanza kuona tu shida tu wangu. Pale hauna time ya kuona shida ya mtu. Naingia peke yangu, nachapa show na Jeff, tukimalizana kila mtu sparking awi. So it's just that I realized I had stopped doing what I love, me. You know, I love being on Tandao, I love traveling, I love doing my things. So I realized I would only go for other shows Monday and Tuesday. Ikifika Wednesday, mudi yako haikubali. Haki ya nani? Unafika parking, unaingia kwa gari, na unaongea hata na mteja, unamwambia ninakuja.
Ndio.
Alafu unasema dakika gapi? Hizo 3 nilale kidogo. Ukizima hivi haki ya nani ni saa 9. Kwa parking. So I realized I'm losing jobs. My credibility is going down. Yeah, because nisha kula deposit. Na mwili imekataa. Kumbuka corona ilikuja everybody took a pay cut.
Definitely.
So hata kama nilikuwa na best yangu ati ndio kadere kwangu, I could not pay him na bado najilipa na nafanya vitu zote and I'm not working. So I was alone now doing my thing. I think ili separate from people do nijijue haya. You know when you're surrounded with people, you don't know. You don't know. Sasa zile umechoka, unalala kwa gari, mnaamkia Kisii, unachapa show, unarudishwa tena. That's unalala parking, unaoga na Dasani, naingia show. Dasani wamenisaidia. Thank you so much. Nimeoga nao sana.
Dasani.
Unaoga hapo yes, kazuri. Na ukiniona ukisikia kwa radio nikiongea.
Wow.
Unaweza fikiria tunaenda Getadhoro na mzee. Ni kama tumetoka Getadhoro na Jeff. Ni deep state. Kumbe nimeoga kwa parking. Nimeogea parking. But when you are alone, you cannot do those things. And then COVID came, hakuna shows. So there is no need for me to have a driver and nini. So that's when I realized, hey, mazi kuna job tingine nimeshindwa kutuchapa tu. I could move around because of the media past. So I could move around kidogo. But I think COVID made me realize, okay, I love radio. By the way, that was the best thing about it. Because when I went to radio, it was just God's design. Mimi niliitwa interview kama hii, tukachapa show, nikatoka. Kesho yake nikaitwa, nikaambiwa unaweza chapa ingine. Nikachapa, hey, after a week nikaambiwa would you want to work on radio? And I'm like, hey, I have never thought about it, but I'd love to do it and do it with the best and see if I can do it.
Was there pressure to match up to Jalas or to work with Jeff Koinange?
No, you know, you've called me the big boys. The thing about being a big boy is that you are yourself. Wewe kuwa wewe, mkuwa Mogoroki. Mimi I cannot talk about caviar. I have no idea what caviar is. I have never met it. What is caviar? Yeah. Sasa Jeff yao gere caviar. Mimi nimpeleke kwa Mutura. Na tutaongea pamoja, we discuss. Yeah.
But you enjoyed that space, working with him.
Radio and Jeff are just inseparable. I think that was the best time of my life. Yeah, some of my best time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's just that I always thought, hata kama is the best time, ni kama ex. Yeah. Ukiwa na ex, unajua ma ex vile wako wazuri.
Mimi sijui, tuambie.
Hauna ex tuacha kujifanya.
Sina.
Wewe kuwa hapa. Wewe kuwa hapa ati juu lazima. Unaona hii wisdom uko na. The glow that you have. Ni ex alikuletea. Otherwise kama ungeachwa ungekuwa unajua.
Ningesema nataka kukaa vizuri aone what you're
missing. Kitajua vile kinasikia. Yes. Hizi manyumba zote unaona ni mtu aliachwa mahali.
Akasema acha nijenge aone niko na pesa.
Kiano nini mle kai ni mimi mwacha. So that's I think radio for me was a beautiful space for growing and knowing that I could do it. Because radio with Jeff you do not plan. I know some other radios they see it and plan the next day. Sisi hatukuwa na plan. Ni unaamkia tu, you wing it for 4 hours and you're funny and educative. So job yetu ilikuwa research ngoma ikichapa. Mna research nini mpya hapa. And our show was in between wakati ngoma inachapwa. Sasa hiyo ndio tulikuwa tunachapa show yetu. Because we talk honestly. Nachekeleana hapo. So show tukirudi on air it's like just a continuation.
Of what okay.
Sio zile za ati ukiweka muziki tunyamazia nini. This is a serious job. Tukiweka on ndio tuanze
kuongea.
Mutakufa. You will suffer. Radio is about panganga.
Talk.
Yes.
Nice. Now Hamo, let's get to the middle part of the interview. Unajua tumeanza beginning, sasa tuko middle. Hapo ndio pale.
Kwa sababu najua time yetu kidogo.
Please, history what that we went through. You went through a lot with Jemutai, with the mother of your other children. There was a lot of stories. Did you do a DNA test as you requested?
No.
You did not do a DNA test?
I did.
You did?
Yes.
Why did you do it? You are not sure these are your children?
No. I think in every relationship, mkijipata kwa ngori kama hizo, it is you are told by psychologists. You have to, hata kama mko mkifikiria kitu kama hiyo, you have to do it. You have, kumbe I did not know that when you are going through tough times with your chick, you go through some of the things. So it was just I think a session that we had to go through together. And one of the things I always wanted was to keep it between us. Private, it's a private matter, but somehow it found itself on the media, and everybody took it up. But because I think it's not a tinimini. Hapa kuna watu wengi ina happen, but because they are not public, haina hiyo hype. So it found itself in the public domain, and yeah, we had to deal with it that way. It's something that I think when you're going through issues kama hizo, munajipataga hata mjuagi. It's the psychologists you're talking to, the people who help you to go through some of the things. Because labda mnaweza jipata huko mbele, you are fighting over something like that. It crops up katika conversation. Ile time tuliachana kuliendaga aje, you know. So to settle things, you have to go through every hurdle. It's tough. Ni fired up because this is a person you love. It's just that you are fighting. Yeah. And you have to fight. Some people,
you must.
No, vita lazima. So I think that is something that we had not thought about before, but it was just a part of that session. And I'm glad we did it, and I'm glad that I never talked about it, because I still want it to be private. Yeah.
Okay. So when she went, actually, because I know it started when she went and said she wants to sell her Facebook account because she needs some money, and that's how the story cropped up. So when she did that, you had no idea that this is something she's going to, as in she did not come and tell you, mimi nimechoka and now I'm going to look for other ways. Uliamka tu kashtuka kama sisi.
When you're fighting, you're not talking.
True.
Yeah, so you don't know what is happening. Yeah. You just know that there is someone somewhere that I love, but ni kama tusikizani, ni kama itawa. You are going through the motions. Na wakati una fight bila mtu lazima you take your stand.
Everyone wants to come like this.
Yeah, but I'm glad we did a show together called Raw and Candid. And the beauty of that show was she was sitting there and I'm here. So we could talk. Hakukuwa na easy at in between, because there are things, and why we did that, because if I talked about my issues here leo,
kesho
na yeye asikie, hata utamtafuta ataisikia kwa mtandao, ataiona kwa mtandao, na yeye afanye ribato, because hata yeye ni media house atafanya yake. So itaenda tu kuharibu vitu mob, and that's why everything, all those your time, we made sure that we did it in public. It is on her page on YouTube. Yeah. So Jemutai comedian, you just check it out. Raw and Candid. That's a place where we talked about these issues. Kabisa, we dug into them because we are together now. Si ati tunafichana.
Hakukuwa na script.
Script ya nani? Mpaka tunalimana. Hata kuna zingine zilikuwa zilichoma. Because sasa mnachimbua vidonda za kitambo. Yeah. But I think it helped us to heal and to see where hapa ulikuwa unachoma. Hapa ulichoma, mimi nilichoma hapa.
What it took you a lot to come out and say I'm sorry, because you apologize to your children, you apologize to her, you apologize to your wife, you apologize. Now you say, wait, first let me reiterate. Do you call also Jemutai your wife?
Kwani wewe unakuwa katika Kenya gani? Wewe unaona kwa mtandao ni.
No, ukimwita, lakini nataka usemea hapa.
Aje?
That tunamuitanga wife, sivyo? Mimi naona ukimuita wife. Hata ulisema hadharani kwa
mimi nimesema hata acha kwa bunge, hata mawinguni nimezurura. Nikisema
wife, nimesikia. So, okay, now when I say wife, when I say Jemutai and wife, you understand, yeah? Yeah, so you went publicly, you apologized to your wife, to Jemutai, to your children, even to Citizen itself. In that space, the whole media fraternity, in that space when you were in, what did it take you? Nini ilikusukuma hivi kasema, you know what, I need to apologize, guys?
Well, hata sio kitu ya kusukuma. That is my nature.
Oh, okay.
Me, I don't know how to fight na watu. That's why I'm a professor. Normally tukikana na wewe tupige story. I'm not a mtu wa vita. Lakini the professor can speak the truth in public. And I think that is my alter ego. So that's why we blend together. So kitu inaniboingi as Haman, I take it to the prof and he speaks them. So it's natural for me to as a father, as a dad, it's natural sometimes to take the higher ground. Yeah. And it's you know, hakuna kitu mbaya kama you hurting your partner in public. Ni kitu mbaya. Yeah, afadhali mmoja wenu akuchape lakini wewe usichapane wawili. Juu bado after all that, nini bado ndo mtakaga chini mnaulizana. Na so juu wanaenda Malindi, wanatakiwa waende aje. Na wewe nyinyi mdomo mko mnapia bana.
So now the three of you are perfectly okay.
We are not 3, we are 2. Yeah. Me and Jemutai, we are just raising children together. Yeah. So I have a wife.
Yes.
And Jemutai, we are raising kids together. Yes.
That's what I asked you in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, now we've understood. But all of you are in a space of togetherness. Mnaelewana vizuri tena sana.
Vizuri. Because after our show and our talk, we realized there are things that we cannot go back and change.
Definitely.
But there is something we have, a beautiful set of kids. Beautiful. And instead of trying to do things that are not working, we accept there is something that is working. We have beautiful kids. Yeah, why don't we raise them? Yeah? And because akuna, my wife does not ananiekea gun kwa kichwa usiende kuona watu yama ni she perfectly supports me, you know. So that has helped. So kila mtu anajua role yake. My job najijua. Najua how to balance it. Yes. How to be with my kids. Wakati si uko around, how to talk to them. Which are the channels. Yeah. And how to make sure that Jemutai is also free enough to live her life. Yeah. To live her life, be okay with her. And I support her kabisa ile fully. Be there, you know. Because I think our biggest fight, and I think what wengi ujipata kwa shida, you start fighting because you do not understand that you want to own each other. You want to shikilia watu. But when you start loving each other ukweli, you let them free. You know, kila mtu mtaachana freedom, kila mtu afanye yake, wewe utakuwa ukifanyia pale, mimi hapa. So that freedom has helped. Yeah. And the fact that now you're dealing with someone you know. Sifichi. Yeah, me sifichi. I'm happy. Yeah, I have kids. Wow, I'm happy.
You're happy father.
Kabeza. So it has given me a mindset, a beautiful place to be able to create more, to do. That's why nafanya muziki, nafanya comedy. Yeah. I'm mentoring people because now I'm what you see is what you get. Yeah. And I know some people, because you know we live in a cancel culture. There are some people who thought, hey, Maze, Hamo kuwaknae ni noma. And it's okay. Yeah, it's okay for now. But give me 2 years down the line. You'll be forced by people to work with me. Because God is the biggest creator of these brands and all that. And because I'm glad that now I'm free. In fact, that's one thing I really commend Jemutai, because she gave us the freedom. Yeah? The freedom to be us. By her speaking out. Because our biggest pressure was, we are celebrities.
Sasa watu wakijua.
Akia nani. Kuna mtoto wako Moyale ananiaminia. Sasa watajua. Na imagine mimi ni binadamu.
At the end of the day.
I'm a human. Yeah. And I make mistakes, but when you accept the mistakes, there's nothing that you can't correct. Me, the fact that I'm here.
Speaking
about... Hata ukiuliza teacher wangu kama angefikiria nitakuwa hapa. Wacha teacher wangu. My mom. Ungemuuliza kitambo hiyo when I was below 25. Ungemuuliza kama Hamo anaenda mahali.
Nowhere.
It make sense. But the fact that I'm here is that I always stop and say, okay, hey, this is the past. So this is vitu zote nimefanya.
Sasa.
Ni sawa. Tuanze upya. And you keep going. Yeah.
Throughout that whole process, is there something that you regret out of it, that also you'd feel like, man, I wish my children will never get to see this?
Well, no. Because I'm a sum total of everything. My weaknesses and my passions, my strength, all these things are me. Yeah. In fact, when I go on stage and I speak the truth about my weaknesses, I share it with my sons.
Oh, really?
I tell them, hey, hey, where? Yeah. So growing up knowing these things. And I think part of the biggest problem with parenting is that we wanted to be so perfect.
Yeah.
Hapo ndio shida yetu. Yeah. Because all our mothers had A's Our fathers were
Number
the best
one.
in school, number one.
Wote.
But unashaka kwa nini number one ana struggle kwa nini work life? Ana relationship mzuri na pesa zake. So you're wondering. But now, me, I want to be the realest person. So now I'm a good friend to my kids. They know. Hata tule vitu dogo, I'm able to say, I'm sorry, hapa nimechoma. To my son and my daughters, I can tell them, hey, hapa nimechoma. Yeah, and they understand that it is okay to be human. Yeah, that is the biggest gift I have. That I'm okay.
That all this is the biggest blessing it brought. All this brought a blessing.
Oh,
at the end of the day.
Beautiful big blessing that I'm human.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that.
That thing that I used to tell myself in private, now I can really live it in public. Yeah. And what this space, I can assure you, the things that we're going to do going forward are amazing because
we is who?
We is me and the people I inspire.
Okay.
Yes. It's going to, because of the freedom to be true to ourselves. Yeah.
Okay, we talked about you. Hiyo tumemalizana sasa. Sasa umesema when you started out in a band and now clearly you're back into your first love, which is music.
Kabisa.
Ni nini ilikufanya sasa usema ni COVID pia hiyo imekufanya sijui pia nirudie muziki?
No. In fact, I think niyo vile umesema corona. Na pia mtandao. Hiyo wakati nilichapwa kwa mtandao, I realize kumbe I'm alone. Kumbe hawa watu wenye nachekeshaga ndio bado wamebeba visu wanipiga. So I realize, you know what? I can do anything I want. Hii kitu nilikuwa nimejiwekea notion ya I have to protect this image, chunga Hamo usimvalishe kitu yote kwa kichwa, akae tu professor. I mean, do I want to go bald kesho? Sawa. Na chapa movie na
bald man love better.
Na tunauza. Tukatoka hapo na kijana kitu kingine. We are essentially in Hollywood by the way. This is Hollywood. Yeah, kesho utaona Brad Pitt ni doc, mwingine ni mwizi next week. You never know. So that is the beauty of art. So after kuchapa kwa mtandao, I realize kumbe I'm alone. And the only thing I can do is do the best I can, do what I love. Do I love music? Yes, I do. Ebu chapa muziki, and I chapa, and you see the love that people received.
Amazing. Your first song was just like,
my goodness. And all these years nimekuwa nikificha because I've been thinking, watu watajua, watafikiriaje? But Jamie Foxx is doing comedy, he's doing music,
acting.
Yeah, he's acting. Yeah. So if you have all these things, keep doing them. Yeah. Stop impressing people.
Do you,
man. The more you do you give other people permission to do them. That's the beauty of it. Yeah.
Right. The artist you featured is called Chris
Tabingwa.
Ulitoa wapi Chris? Because
Chris ako tamasha by the way.
Allah.
Ako the same tamasha I was.
Allah.
Yeah, he's in the same position I was.
Oh.
He is the lead singer.
How did you meet him?
Well, I used to go to Nakuru. I met him in the band. Nikienda kuchungulia show, naona kijana amechangamka. And I used to sit with him na muuliza by the way, wewe unafikiriaje musically? Because you are not a musician until umeandika muziki zako. So that's why tulijuania hapo. Yeah. Na nikaona kuna passion ya kuandika.
Na sauti.
Yeah, so I made a few calls nikamwambia twende Nairobi kidogo. Kaingia. And we did a beautiful banger.
That's beautiful.
I think it grows in you. The more you expose yourself, the better you become.
So you've done 2 songs with him. Is it like mtakuwa a duo ama is just a featuring artist ama mtakuwa?
Well, hata saizi we are thinking of it as a duo.
Okay.
Yeah, as a duo. Because he loves the band, I love the band too. And that's where I'm thinking. I'm thinking of when once we perform on stage, we bring that energy. Your energy a performer. Because you can perform in a band, you can do it live. Yeah, na tuachekeshe bado.
Zote all in one.
Tualilishe.
Na tukulipe.
Hallelujah.
Hey, yes. Any challenge you face thus far coming into the music scene after have you left comedy? Like going on stage, you're still doing it?
Yes, comedy. You can't leave comedy. Yeah. You can't leave. That's the beauty of art. It's something that is inside you. Yeah.
So any challenge that you face thus far coming into this industry, music industry? Because wasanii wa Kenya uteta sana. Wewe una kiteto.
Guys, sijui kuteta. Sijui kuteta. Kama mimi ni msanii, kama ikubambi si uchange. Mimi ukinibona kuandikia ngoma. Ama natokea kwa studio na kuweka kwa story yangu ya comedy. Unacheka, unajiuliza hii joke ni familia. Ni wewe. Ni moshene yako. So if you are an artist, kama kitu ikubambi, si uchange. Ukisikia msichana teta huyo si msanii. Si msanii. Msanii uchange.
Mnaambia you want to play 75% Kenyan music. Are you in support of Eriko Mondi in that?
Yeah, I think the best fight is keep working on your craft kabisa. Let me ask you a question.
Ask me.
Mtu anaitwa Nyashinski. Akirelease ngoma leo. Will you go out and look for it?
No. I will find it.
Si ndio hiyo?
Inakuanga hapa.
Kila mtu atakusukumia. Why? Because it's so good. But remember, there were like 10 years of his life. Yeah, he had to go down.
Blackout.
So most artists are looking for leo, akigai nataka leo. This is a lifetime purpose. Hii ni job ya miaka yote. Yeah. So but I think it would be foolish to say that you should not join politics at some point. Fight it. Vile Eriko ana fight politics because politics ndio ina determine policy. Policy ndio ina determine mfuko yako na pesa yako inaenda aje. So it's okay that we are fighting for 75%. That we should fight for that. But the problem is we can fight out there, but the more we fight in our studios and the more we fight on YouTube by you watching our things. Yes. Hii uongo ya mazi other people's products are better than ours. Tuitoe. Tuanze kukulia yetu. That's when we are going to build it.
I like that. My last final question before you tell us your plans for 2022. So Hamo, where can we find your music? Where can we get in touch with you if I want? Labda nitolewa tuombe.
Oh yes, yes.
Ukuje kwa MC na uniimbie hiyo nyimbo tuombe.
Ni wajika gani wamuoni huyu? Hebu read now. Look at this. Waangalie. Just for a moment. Yeah. Ni nini unatafuta?
What else?
Nateseka huko na mashula. So for music, you can get me on my YouTube channel, Hamo Prof. Yes. And Prof Hamo. You can get me there. Alafu Boomplay and all these streaming, you know, you'll get them. Yeah. So you can get Jella, Teka, Nobody But You. Yeah, there. And comedically, you go to my YouTube channel, my Facebook. Hata YouTube bado utacheka tu huko.
Okay.
Yeah. So Facebook is Hamo the Professor. Instagram is Hamo Prof. Twitter Hamo Prof. TikTok Hamo Prof.
Hadi TikTok.
Kabisa.
In it.
Guy. Mimi sasa naenda nayo.
Ni vile tumetokea tunaingia.
Slide to the roof. Tuende kwenye watu wanaenda. We keep going.
Yeah. Thus far you've come in your life. Any regrets?
No. I have no
regrets.
Kabisa. I'm just enjoying. Kabisa.
You just wake up and live life.
Oh, hallelujah. Because I've tried the other way. It didn't work out for me. Yeah. Nimeshaikaa nikisema ankia nani hapo nita change next week. Na siku change. So siku hizi nisema whatever I'm doing.
Kaende.
As long as it is not infringing on you. Let me do it. Let me do it. Enjoy, bana. Enjoy. Don't look for trouble. It will find you.
For sure.
Kila siku. Hata KRA sasa wanatuona na watatutumania.
Tutafuta.
Hallelujah.
Sisi hatuna pesa. Plans of 2022 na unasuka nywele tena. I liked how you looked when you plaited your hair.
We will do so many things on this year.
Usani sasa usani nakufanya hivi.
Unafanya na unarudi hapa. Unajua uzuri ya comedy gives you the freedom to be who you are. Enjoy your life.
Watu watasema ni ucheshi.
Thank you. Sasa unaka kitu. Dole kitu. So kubali aishi. Though I'm enjoying the next chapter. Yes.
2022 tunatupongea nini?
Well, there are tours coming. Very soon.
As an artist, as a comedian, as both?
I think I'll just mix them up.
Okay.
Yeah. Mkifika pesa bado sijatengeneza muziki ya kutosha. Muziki bado ndio tunaijenga. And very soon God will give us a beautiful piece yenye itatutengenezea barabara. So when that happens, Wakianza kulipa muziki, tutawapelekea muziki. Wakiita comedy, tutawapelekea comedy.
Bora pesa.
For now tukuleni chiliki. Hallelujah.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Final words to your people.
Yes.
Send it home.
Thank you so much mazee kwa wase who still stuck by me. And I can assure you nothing wrong happened. Kama ulikuwa ulijipata place ya you've given up on labda the prof and you thinking sija atoshi kuwork na wewe, it's okay. That's part of the okay, they are part of this your system. So umesikia yes.
Nothing wrong happened. Nothing wrong happened.
Yes. It is part of this journey. Yeah, the ups and downs are okay because hata nyinyi mna experience zenu. But I pray that you keep going, Father. You keep working on your heart, keep working on your mind, and most of all, bring your family closer to you. Yeah, because those are the guys who stick by you. And if you're funny, be funny. And no apologies. Hallelujah. Mungu ni mwema.
Amen.
Yeah.
I love that, man. This has been such an interesting one. Asante sana Hamo for inviting us here. Thank you for being open and candid.
Yes. Let's do this.
We appreciate.
Yes.
Next time tutakuja labda tutakaa pia na somebody else here. I don't know who else would you feel like
bring them
next to Hamo.
You should.
For gist.
Let's enjoy.
Anyway, guys, it's been real from me and Hamo. We say
thank you.
Kwaherini.
Kwaherini.